Next up, at UFC Vegas 71, we have Ricardo Ramos taking on Austin Lingo. Ricardo Ramos is 16-4 overall, 3-2 in his last 5. He's coming off that knockout win over Danny Chavez. He's taking Dallas's Austin Lingo on. He's 9-1 overall, 4-1 in his last 5, coming back after more than a year away. And what's funny is I had just done all my notes for this fight.
And then you're like, oh my God, he's from Dallas. I'm picking him now.
No, I did all the notes for the fights. Then I get a text from Casey's mom, Tiffany's aunt. And she was like, do you know who the Austin Lingo guy is? And I said, oh yeah, I just
he's a family friend.
I just broke down his fight. I guess I think she said his dad like runs a car dealership or something like that. She's like, oh, I just met his dad at the car dealer, something like that. I was like, oh, then don't show him the notes I just sent you. Spoiler alert. I think Ricardo Ramos wins this fight. Ricardo Ramos is super dangerous. He's good everywhere. He's tall, rangy, slick BJJ, has kicks, spinning attacks, a great jab, solid leg kicks. And if he's on the ground, he is always hunting for a submission. He's really fast in those transitions. Austin Lingo is a good fighter. He's very well-rounded. He found himself riding a nice 2-fight win streak, and that was kicked off with a really hard-fought win over Luis Saldana last summer. He's a striker who's light on his feet. He's got power. He's got speed. He likes to mix in elbows and variety. He has a knockdown in every single one of his UFC wins, even though we haven't seen a knockout just yet. This is going to be a fun fight. 2 dangerous guys. I'm definitely giving the edge to Ramos here. I think he just has more versatility on his feet. He's got plenty of takedowns. He's averaging more than 2 per fight. And I think wherever this fight goes, Ramos is just going to be a little bit better. He'll have the better jiu-jitsu. I think he'll have the better striking. I think he has the better wrestling. Austin is super, super tough, so I don't necessarily think there's going to be a quick finish here. But I do like Ricardo Ramos to just sort of be a step ahead everywhere in this fight. What do you think, Jakey boy?
Yeah, I mean, Ricardo is definitely the better fighter in this matchup. And that's not really to disrespect Austin Lingo, it's just the matter of fact. And the competition that Lingo has been fighting isn't great. Ricardo is definitely the toughest dude that Austin Lingo is ever going to fight. And it's going to be a tough matchup for him. With that said, he is kind of that old school brawling style. I mean, he will get in your face. He will drop his hands. He will throw punches. He is tough as shit. He does not stop moving forward. And that could spell an issue for a guy like Ricardo, because Ricardo is a guy that's very confident on the feet. He will do wild shit, the spinning shit. He has like those 2 spinning back elbow knockouts. He will do the capoeira stuff. That stuff will wear you out. And if Ricardo comes in and thinks that Austin Lingo is going to be an easy finish, and he comes in and he starts doing all that wild stuff before he starts wrestling, and then he tries to use his wrestling because he cannot throw that wild stuff anymore. He realizes he cannot knock out Austin Lingo, and he's like, oh, let me go the easy route now and go to wrestling. I don't think he's going to be able to out-wrestle Austin once Ricardo gets tired. If Ricardo wants to really kind of dominate this fight, I would go to the grappling early. I don't think that's what Ricardo's going to do. I think he's going to come in, and he could knock him out, right? I mean, he's a better striker. He's a dynamic guy. He's got power everywhere. He does wild stuff. But sometimes that wild stuff doesn't work, and you get tired. And against a guy like Austin Lingo, he is that exact style that can just outwork you once you get tired. I put it in my Twitter breakdown that Austin Lingo needs to Nate Landwehr this fight. Survive the early stuff, lay on the pace, lay on the pressure in the second round, and really try to put this guy out in the third round. But I can't rely on Ricardo getting tired, I guess, for this fight. So Ricardo's the pick. He is the better overall fighter. He can win everywhere. I'm just saying I would be careful with the Ricardo side because he does do wild stuff, and crazier things have happened than Austin Lingo out-toughing this guy, surviving early and outworking him. So, but Ricardo's the play.
Yeah, I'm more confident in him than you. I'm more confident in Ricardo Ramos than Said Nurmagomedov. Do you disagree with that statement?
No, I mean Ricardo is a much better fighter than Austin. So I'm just saying I don't want to seem like I'm like leaning on that side. I'm not going to bet him on it or anything like that. If I even thought there's a chance at plus 300 almost, I would put something on it. But I just think that there is a weird situation where Austin Lingo is that type where he's a tough dude and he's a brawler.
Yeah, listen, he's definitely super tough. Some respect should be there, especially if you're looking for a car in the Dallas area. But I like Ramos a lot. I think he's literally just going to be better everywhere. And like you said, you can't, unless he has a history of gassing out and getting finished, you can't just be like, yeah, he's going to gas out. So.
Well, people get weird sometimes.
Yep.
Tell me
about it. Yeah, tell me about it. $9,500 in DraftKings. You spending that on your boy?
My boy.
You spending it?
I don't know why he's my boy. Kind of looks like me, though, doesn't he?
Of all the people on this card, definitely he looks the most like you.
I would say so. Broad shoulders.
Dog tattoo.
Nice eyebrows.
You going to put him in your DraftKings lineup?
I don't know. Probably not.
Super helpful. I think I will. $9,500. I'll have to look at it a little closer, see how they score traditionally. But I think he's one of my more confident picks on the card. And again, this is a card loaded with not very confident picks. I almost didn't do a safety parlay this week. I'm like, I'm supposed to be safe. And there's not a lot of people in this card that I truly trust. Wow. Okay. Class.
Songs.
Anyway, if you guys want to, sorry, I'm like noting things here because I know you're not doing timestamps, so I have to, and lead the show. Oh, thank you very much. Oh, Jakey. Shane Miller, thank you for becoming a YouTube Minner. Thank you for becoming a YouTube member. Probably minor. There's only one end. Thank you. If you want to unlock all of our bets and that safety parlay we keep talking about, head on over to WeWantPicks.com. Click become a member. It's only $10 a month. It unlocks literally everything. And
please become a member. I'm trying to pay for this goddamn engagement ring, and the thing is 50, 60 grand. Holy shit. How much do you think I should for, who? How much should I spend, do you think? I mean, what do they say? 2 months salary. So at 50 grand, you're going to need 35 months salary. Yeah, you don't do that well. We are $10 richer. We have a new premium member, Zalbut Bakdal. Thank you very much, Zaldut. Appreciate you. Everybody else, $10 a month. Click the button.